Dude, you're getting the Dell. Remember that? No? Okay. Dell tells remote workers that they won't be eligible for promotion. This story comes by way of ArsTechnica.com. They got the details over there. Check it out, man. Dell was like one of the big champions of work from home. Especially pre-COVID. They were like one of the big companies that say, hey, you don't have to come in the office. You can work from home because we got internet and VPNs. So do it. But now they've kind of changed their stance. Starting in May, Dell employees who are fully remote will not be eligible for promotion. This is crazy. Business Insider reported this on Saturday. The upcoming policy update represents a dramatic reversal from Dell's prior stance on work from home, which included CEOs Michael Dell saying, if you're counting on forced hours spent in a traditional office to create collaboration and provide a feeling of belonging within your organization, you're doing it wrong. Apparently, he was on some kind of drugs because now they're saying for remote team members, it's important to understand the trade-offs. Career advancement, including applying to new roles within the company, will require a team member to reclassify as hybrid on-site. And that means that you'll spend some days at home and some days in the office. Now, I'm a big supporter of work from home. I've done quite a bit of work from home. I've done quite a bit of cubicle work. I've done quite a bit of on-the-road travel work. And I've been pretty much across the board. And out of all of them, I have been the most productive at home. When I'm on the road, I'm not as productive. When I'm in the office, I'm not as productive. When I'm at home and I get to control my own hours and I'm not distracted, I have much more time and a lot of space and allotment of just periods of the day where I'm not interrupted and I get stuff done. So much so that I did twice as much work at home than I did in the office. Right. So I was able to pace myself. I was able to work lesser hours and do the same amount of work that I would do in, 8 hours worth of work in the office. So, yeah, it's really sad that a lot of companies see the negatives more than the positives, because there are people that just fool around. There's people that go home and they play video games all day. They don't do any work. Of course, they probably do that in the office too, but we're not going to go there. But they always focus on those edge cases, and then they apply it globally, and then they do a blanket case to say we didn't meet our numbers because people are working from home. That's not true. Here we go. It says Dell didn't respond to specific questions Ars Technica sent out about the changes, but sent a statement saying, in today's global technology revolution, we believe in-person connections paired with a flexible approach are critical to drive innovation and value differentiation. Now, there's some of us out there, including myself, that think that this has to do with just office space. I really do. I think it has to do with office space. They are paying a lot of money to rent and lease these big giant spaces. They're paying a lot of like HVAC, power stuff. They're doing deposits. They're doing all these things and paying probably millions of dollars a year on this office space, and then somebody walks in and goes, okay, how come there's only 5 people in this building that can hold 50, right? And they're going, we need to justify this. We either get rid of the buildings or they need to come back into work. So I think Dell found a compromise to say, we will halt promotions unless you're hybrid, which to me is not fair, but I think that's probably the monetary reason why they're doing this. They're trying to justify those millions of dollars they're paying for that office space, when in actuality, they probably should just rethink the whole office space idea. Just rethink that whole thing, which I hope they're doing long term. Maybe they're doing something long term. Maybe this hybrid thing is short midterm or whatever. But to halt promotions, that's going to affect everybody. That's not just going to affect new people. That's not just going to affect, the long tenure people. That's going to affect everyone. So they got to be careful with this. This could really backfire in their face. Dell's history with remote workers started with the COVID-19 pandemic over 10 years ago. Before 2020, 65% of Dell workers were already working remotely at least one day per week. An anonymous Dell worker who reportedly had been remote for over 10 years and that BI spoke with estimated that 10 to 15% of every team was remote. And that sounds accurate. That actually sounds accurate. When I was working at my last job, our entire team was remote. Everybody. And we had certain offices, satellite offices across the country. but we weren't required to go in there unless there was something going on. I mean, when you've got remote meeting tools and you've got phones and you've got internet and you've got high speed internet, and you can, if you need to, you can get on a plane and fly to the home office and have a week-long team building event or whatever. When you have that capability, you'll save money on a lot of other stuff, right? But at the same time, you've got to cut back on paying for that office space that you're not using. I think that's the problem here. I really think that's what's going on. So I don't have any facts, but it's just a speculation that Dell has to justify all that money they're spending on office space. Check it out over on arstechnica.com. They got the details about Dell has completely reversed their stance on work from home and said that you won't get promoted unless you're hybrid. Check it out.